तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्।
He comes from a lineage of great sages, yogis, and saints from India. He began his spiritual journey at the age of 7 and was fully realized by the age of 14. During this time, he delved into different practices and acquired mastery over Tantra, Mantra, Yantra, Aghori practices, and Yaksha sadhana. He was a siddha, and many masters, saints, and sages used to visit him in solitude to gain wisdom and guidance from him since the tender age. Although he has been helping humanity since childhood, he never disclosed this part of him to the world, and only the advanced yogis and masters were aware of his divine presence. Only in the last 2 years he chose few people from the world and started guiding them in their spiritual paths, and those who have been closely associated with him have witnessed many miracles in his presence. Despite being a family person, he is a yogi and intends to help people entangled in this world achieve Jivan Mukti, liberation while being alive. He is truly in the world but not of the world, and if you really want to understand him, look him beyond his physical appearance and just sit with him and you will never be the same again. In his presence you will transcend your body and mind and experience the state of Sat, absolute truth, Chit, pure consciousness, Ananda, eternal bliss. Let us fold our hands in front of his divinity and with a heart filled with gratitude and love welcome our spiritual guru, the realized soul, and our enlightened master, Guru Manash Mishra.
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णावपूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति Shantihi. Aham Brahmasmi. So here we are. So good morning to all those who have risen early again. I can see Santosh ji on the screen, Prabhu ji on the screen, the early risers. Prabhu ji seems he has been awakened for a long time now. Taken his shower, done his puja. Good. So what happened to others? They're getting ready, might be. Okay. So good morning to the people out there in UK, and still a morning for the people in India as well. So welcome those who all have made it to be here. So if we are all ready, say type yes or say something like this. So we will begin. Yeah, Santoshji, I can see that. Okay. Prabhuji done. All clear. Yes. Okay. Good to see Rishiva is shining on the side of the screen. Good. Okay. Okay. Chalo. So how is the practice going on? How is the practice of that small little fellow going on? Have you really taken him into your family? And are you practicing it on a daily basis? Okay, Ujjwalaji, no problem. So we call this as God mode. So don't worry. God can see everything, hear everything, but from the other side of this, we don't. Okay. So keep on with your practices, because the more and more you start doing it, the more and more you get acquainted with it, the deeper level of connection will happen. At the same time, you will see its magic happening with you. And today, is there anything specific that you have? Any questions that you have on which I can build up? Or else, I for sure have a story. And I will build up on that. So if anyone has any questions or any queries that we can start on, or any specific thing that you want me to talk on, please go ahead. Anyway, stories I will tell. Because at times, you should also come ready, right? There should be some questions. There should be some things that might be bothering you, and those we might not be covering. So this is a place where we can actually delve into that. However, apart from that, anyways, we will be sharing it. So that means I have to tell the story. Okay. But all the people, those who I cannot see, you are able to hear me, right? At least just type the yes so that I know. Because Ujjwala ji was saying there was some sound issues. Okay, so she can hear it, so no problem. So Revati ji, okay. Let's begin then. Okay, Saujanya ji. So there, it's a story of a teacher and a newly inducted student. So a teacher who was very old by this time, but a newly inducted student came to him, and as usual, they used to roam around in the villages and collect the bhiksha, and with that they live. If you have seen the Buddhist monks also, they do the same thing. And the only time it might be during the rainy seasons, when they don't go out, they stay at specific places. So the same rule was applying to both this teacher and the student. So they were roaming around throughout the year, but finally the time came for the rainy season. And this teacher, he had built a small little thatched house in mid of a forest. And when they saw like it is rainy season is approaching, they started moving back towards their home. And this student was new and he was complaining, why have you built it so deep in the forest that we have to walk so far? You could have done it near the village, and all those things. He continued. The teacher just said he will realize one day why we have done in this way. And finally they go, and to utter dismay of the student, the house that they had built was a hut that they have built was very small. There was very, very small out there. And at the same time, due to a storm, the last night, half of the thatched roof has been gone. And only a part of it is left. Now, looking at it, the student was on fire. He said, why are we doing this puja, and why are we doing the chanting, and why are we doing all that thing in the name of God? And you see how harsh he is. The people, those who are doing all bad things, they are living happily in big, big houses, and look at us. We are taking his name throughout the day and throughout the year, throughout our life. And you see, it is a small little hut, and half of that has been taken away. And when the student was complaining about this, when he looked at his teacher was on his knees, looking towards the sky and praying to the God that, oh Lord, thank you for leaving the half of the thatched house. Because I don't have a control over the thunder. I don't have a control over the tornado. I don't have a control over the storm. And if it was not you, the entire roof would have gone. But it is your mercy, because of which at least the half of it is left. And we can still live in that. Now, two people entered into the same house. The house that was having half a roof is gone. And two people entered. One entered with misery in his mind, why this has gone, and another with contentment that half of it is still there. And when they went, finally, when it was night, about to sleep, the teacher slept nicely, whereas the student could not. The teacher thanked the God for having that half of a roof, and he was sleeping happily, and the student was still complaining in his mind and was not able to sleep throughout the night, just rotating from one side to other, thinking it might rain. My dear friends, it was not raining. There was no sign of rain, but in the fear of the rain getting started, the student was not able to sleep throughout the night. And in the early morning hours, when the teacher woke up, through the half open roof, he could see a beautiful moon shining. And looking at it, the teacher started writing a poem, that how beautiful your creation is, and we have never been able to experience it. How benevolent you are, that you have taken half a roof away so that we can enjoy this creation beauty of yours. But if I knew earlier, I would have removed it with my own hands, and I would not have troubled you to even bring a storm. Now, my dear friends, how many of us can really dare to even think in the line of the teacher, who even found a way to express his gratitude even in the troublest of the times? But we, even a small deviation, and we question. But who sleeps happily? Obviously, the one who is content. Situation is same for both. One writes a song, another writes something that he is not happy about. He writes about complaints. And in our lives also the same things happen. And in this happening of our lives, many of us write a complaint letter, and some of us find solace and focus on the beauty that is still around. So may you all find that way in your life. May you all find that benevolence where even you are not just thinking about what is lost, but you are grateful for what you have. How easy would it be? Very difficult. Why very difficult? Because we analyze everything with logic. We analyze everything with science. We analyze everything with comparison. What have you gotten out of it? Out of comparison, out of worriness, what have you gotten? Rather, you could have slept nicely and you have lost your sleep as well. But as we evolve in the path of spirituality, and as the evolution is happening within yourself, and you start realizing that even there is something good that is being done in the misery that I am going through. Because we find problem in all the right things. And why can't we find the right things among all problems? And then when we look at people around us, especially the people, those who believe in the Darwinian theory, they don't believe in spirituality. They don't even think of God. They say all this is something mumbo jumbo kind of thing that they speak of, right? But can you tell me, can science really change someone's life? Science can give you a fact. Then people would say, yeah, AC is working, so I feel cool in the summer. The science has changed my life. Very good. Rishiva, you have been dealing with surgical things, right? Can you tell me one scientific medicine instrument, whatever it has been created till date, where I can inject something into someone and I can turn a bad person into a good person? That means there are two things. One is saying I can give you facts. The other is saying I can give you value. So can we live only with facts, or we need value to live along? And of course, we will find value is more important. And one funny thing, when we go to the medicine shops, how many of you have traveled to medicine stores? Okay. How many of you have seen that it is written as a chemist and druggist? Seen that or not? What does chemist means? And what does druggist means? He has not written that I'm going to give you medicine. He has already written on your face that I'm going to drug you and I'm going to push in some chemicals into you, and you run there. We see that, but we don't understand it. Of course, medicines work because this is also just like a tube in which some chemical reactions are going on. So a chemical is dropped into that and it works. But can you change somebody in its core by a medicine? Not possible. So in this realm, when we are in this world going through so many changes around us, difficult times, easy times, tough times, war, and all that is going on, here it is actually the time to relook. Relook not into the mirror, relook within ourselves. And trust me, Kirti, there was no age where there were no troubles. We just feel like this time it is more cold than any other year. This time it is more hot than any other year. This time is more rainy than any other year. No, my dear friend, last year you also said the same thing. Previous to that year, you also say the same thing. And if you remember since your childhood, you have been saying the same thing, then tell me, is it really the weather, or it is you who is going through that certain phase of life, and when you are going through, you give it a tag to it. So summers will be summer, and even in the age of Ram, there was Ravan. There were demons. But now here we have to choose something. That all the things going around me, is it not the right indication that it is time that you should look within? Go earn money as much as you can. Become as rich as you can. But not only in your pocket, neither in your bank balance. Also become rich within. How should we become rich within? And Prabhuji, some people say, yeah, these talks are good. I say, if the talks are good, then you should listen. You listen to a good song because you like it. Why can't you listen to all these things? Because by listening again and again and again, something starts changing within you. How many of you have heard of the story of this bamboo trees? It's a very well-known story. Everybody speaks about that. Kirti, have you heard that bamboo tree stories? No? Okay, when I start, you will realize that, yes, everybody must have heard this because it has become so common example. You see, there was a farmer, and that farmer goes and plants bamboo trees. Okay. And if you have seen how bamboo trees grows, that fellow comes and puts on water every single day. No sign of any tree growing. Not a single sign. For how many days? Not a month, not a year. Complete year he is going and putting water into that. And the other people looking at him, he says, you have gone crazy. There is nothing in the ground and you are keep on every day morning going and pouring water into that again and again and again. What are you going to gain out of it? But he knows what he wants to gain. So he continues watering it. And Prabhuji, it is not 1 year. It is 5 years gone and he still continues to water. Now, how many of us will rethink like whether it is really working or not, or am I gone crazy that 5 years I have already wasted watering these things that is not growing at all? We are not that patient, so might be 5 hours would be good, right, Kirti? In 5 hours, if the plant is not growing, like, this is not working. But that fellow was intelligent enough and he continued growing, like pouring water every single day. And you know what happened after 5 years? Within the next 6 weeks' time, the bamboo trees grew by 20 feet and 30 feet. So what does that indicate? That indicates a very simple thing. If you keep on watering the right seeds, might be at times we might doubt it. At times we don't understand what it is being said. But my dear friends, if you keep on doing the right things, you might not get result in the next first year, for the next second year, but there will be those 6 weeks when you will grow in such a rapid way that you will be blown out of your mind thinking, where were all these years? And we are preparing you for that. So the only thing for you is to stick around, keep on watering it, even though there is no sign of anything. But here, 2 things work: the hard work and the patience that it has been keeping. But at times, keeping patience is not easy. Then what do you do? Santoshji? Patience is not an injection that we can buy and put in, and I injected one, so for 6 months I will not be feeling that. There isn't any. So what do we need this? So we have to understand one specific thing about handling these situations. Once upon a time, it happened such that one person goes to Gautam Buddha and he says, I am a very lazy person. Anyone in the room? Okay, no. They are not, I believe. But that person was lazy. So he said, I'm a lazy person and I procrastinate a lot. Anyone procrastinates? No, so these are all active people. Then I will not tell the story because it is not for you then. Because you are all alert. You are not lazy. But let me tell you the story not because you need it. Let me tell you the story so that you can help somebody else. See, stories are so simply, words are woven in such a beautiful way that they have the capacity to bring a change within someone. So as I can see, Santoshji, Kirti, and Revati ji, Prabhu ji is also on the screen, and Lakshmi ji on the screen. So shall I tell you that story so that whether you need it or not, might be you can help someone with it. And again, all these stories of mine will not only help you in your spirituality, it will also help you in your corporate worlds. It will also help you deal with your life. It will also help you deal with the family. So here goes another small little story. So that person goes to Gautam Buddha and says, I am very lazy. How to deal with it? And because of my laziness, I procrastinate. So how to deal with that? So Gautam Buddha says, first define what laziness is. Any one of you who thinks they are lazy, or any one of you who believes that somebody else is lazy, can you define what laziness is? Anyone? I would like to unmute them and speak with them. So Revati ji, would you like to talk? Okay, let's see. Okay, so go ahead. Let us see if we can find a solution for that. So what's laziness?
So laziness technically, I think, is, not being able to.
No technical words.
Okay.
Tell me what laziness is for you.
For me, laziness is in my mind, I want to do something, but I'm not able to get up and do it.
Wow. So can you see there are two kinds of laziness, not one. Okay, Santoji, means delaying the things that you want to say. Okay. So there are two kinds of laziness, what you defined, Revatiji. One is a mental laziness and the second is a physical laziness.
And most of the time, mental laziness takes over the physical laziness.
Very good. So can I give you a panacea for both of these? But anyways, you don't need it. You have people who are saying you don't need that.
I need.
So finally, I got someone to sell it. Good. So one is mental laziness, another is physical laziness. You are never lazy. Either you are lazy in your thoughts or you are lazy in your actions. So first of all, let us deal with the mind as well as the physicality, and then I will go beyond that. The first thing, if you really want to be agile in your physical activity, now can you tell me on which particular days you feel lazy physically?
Sunday.
Wow, I can see it. Especially those people, those who don't wake up for the early morning sessions, right? Okay, no issues. So it is good that you have gotten into that. But have you ever analyzed why are you not able to get up early? We think it is a physical limitation, right? So let us deal that. There are a few things that are actually hampering us. One, quality of sleep. Second, time of sleep. Third, what I ate before sleep. You see, if you have taken a heavy meal in the night and you are just filled till this, especially people torture me like that. Whenever we go to somebody's house, they fill us like this. And Prabhuji, I have to say, shall I breathe or shall I stop that also? So I understand that how it is. So if I have eaten too much in the night, what will happen to me? I will not be able to sleep because my mechanism of this body is still working hard to digest what I have eaten. So that's why I'm not able to sleep happily. I'm just rotating from one side to another side. The quality of the sleep is disturbed. And when the quality of the sleep is disturbed, I have not slept well. See, your body doesn't need sleep. Your body needs rest. See, there might be days you might not have eaten very much on that day, but you have slept well. I'm not saying go hungry. I'm saying the quantity that you eat, you should define that. The time that you eat should be defined. The time you go to sleep should be defined. See, teach all this to your kids. Because we are not able to manage one particular biological clock, we are having difficulty managing the biological clock. Means, if Revatiji, you decided like from this day on, you have to wake up early in the morning at 5, then you have to ensure you also go to bed before 10. No, I will sleep at 1 o'clock and wake up at 5 o'clock. Will you be yourself? Like throughout the day, you will be sleepwalking. How many of you have gone through that? Like suddenly you were not able to sleep that night, and in the morning you woke up and you are just walking, but it seems like everything is whirling around. And how do you react on those days? Even somebody comes and tells something good to you. It sounds good, or I know I have been there. So if you really want to change the physical laziness, certain things, especially if you wake up early in the morning, you will not have those laziness. But before you wake up early in the morning, you have to do all that. Now, one more thing. How many of you have a workstation in your bedroom where you work the home in your bedroom, you use it also to do certain works of your office. Anyone? Rishi Bhai, Revati ji, small one in the room. Now, if you can take a small little advice, never do your office work in your bedroom. Never. I'll tell you why. See, our mind is conditioned through certain things. Let's take the example of a small little baby. I am sure, like many of you, all of you mostly, like must have caught hold of a baby sometime or not. It might be yours, it might be somebody else's, it doesn't matter. But you must have taken a small little baby in your arms. Have you noticed a very typical thing? When you generally take up a baby, you put it on the left shoulder of yours. Check karo. And even you don't know that. If this side is heavy, then you change it. But 99.5, not 99.5, 99.9%, you pick up a baby to the left side. Even if you go now, you will pick it something and put it on this. Have you ever thought why you do that? It's very simple. Which side of your body has your heart? And when you pick up a baby and put it, what is getting connected? The heart is getting connected. Now see, Kirti is holding Kian, he is crying, but he is still holding him in the left side. You check. So there is so close proximity of a heart coming together that bondage is created. So that is one way of looking at it. That's why we generally, without even knowing, we pull them towards that. Now the second thing, just look at Kirti, what he is doing. He's tapping him. Why do we tap the kid? We tap the kid because we are training them that when we tap you, it's time for you to go to sleep. All the mothers in the room, and even all the fathers, those who have not slept in the night, to make their kids to go to sleep throughout the night, what do? You keep on tapping. One thing, absolutely right, assurance that you are not alone. I am there, somebody is there with you. So keep on tapping that. Second, it is also training their mind that this means you should go to sleep. That means there is a conditioning. With that conditioning, you might have noticed, Revati ji, when your kids were small, initially you have to tap them for a longer time. But after some days, might be a month or so, you put them and you tap 2-3 times and they are already. No, you have not developed efficacy. They have been conditioned now. So due to that conditioning, the kids, if you put them into that jhula, that swing, the cradle, you put them and you just swing it twice. Early they used to play around. Now they also go on and sleep easily. Yes or no? That is also conditioning. So if a body like a kid can be conditioned to certain things, now think of if you are working your office works in your bedroom, what kind of training are you giving to your own self? You know what? How many of you sleep with your phone nearby you, thinking that some important call will be coming? Do you really sleep? The crazy part of it is, many a times we wake up in the middle of the night and again we pull out that and we check whether the messages are there or not. How many really important messages have you gotten? Except the Aham Brahmasmi group messages, Aham Brahmasmi, hello, thank you, good night. Have you really gotten any important message? But we keep it nearby, we knowing that scientifically also it is not good. It is disturbing our sleep. It has a frequency. Our sleep has a frequency. That frequency is not allowing to have that particular kind of rest, and we are still struggling with our sleeps. And we all know the blue screen that we use, that actually activates certain parts of your nerve cells, and you will not be able to sleep. So please don't keep the phone around you also. Acha, how many of you have a TV in your bedroom? All crimes. Bedroom was meant to sleep, not to do multitasking. So Revati ji, what are you going to do?
But so my whole focus has actually, like I mentioned earlier, also has changed from Netflix to watching, meditation and listening to so many things. So TV really helps, if I'm doing that. So
still, even if you are listening to those, I will request not to use the TV at bedroom.
So then while sleeping, if I it's a lot of comfort if I'm listening to some.
Very good. Listen in the other room.
And come back.
Complete that and go to the bedroom to just sleep.
I'll definitely try it. I will try it.
You cannot try. Try to raise your hand.
Yeah, that I can.
No, I said try. You raised.
I raised it, yeah.
So either you raise your hand or you don't raise your hand. There is nothing called as trying to raise your hand.
I will do it. Yeah.
That's better.
See, my own discipline after I have been a part of Aham Brahmasmi since Navratri, only just a few months. I could never imagine that I would get up in the Brahma Muhurta. I could never imagine that. I mean, it is beyond me to do that. Today, for the last 1 month, I have been getting up at 4:30 in the morning, and I don't even feel tired by the time the full day goes by. Once in a way, I do take a nap after around 6:30 or so, but I'm done with my meditation. I'm done with all the chanting that I have to do. It's never. I'm 62 years old. In 62 years, I have never done it, and I'm
Don't
so
tell
happy.
that, Revati ji, you are giving complexion to many of us.
What happened?
Because at 60 you look like that, and at this age we are struggling to keep our hair black.
That hair black is because of L'Oreal, so it's nothing to do with natural hair being black. So that's okay. But seriously, Guruji, I mean, I don't think I have ever felt so much peace, in spite of having so much disturbances in my in business and stuff like that. But my 4:30 getting up in the morning is giving me, I cannot even tell you what kind of energy. And that's really, really thank you to you. I mean, I cannot thank anyone else for this.
So
Thank
good.
you.
So you should thank your own self.
After you. After thanking you, I'll thank myself.
Okay, done. So please don't do any such kind of TV, office work, homework, because now after this corona, what we have seen, that many of us have created an office in our bedrooms.
Yeah.
And now, Santoshji, just think of it as a Sunday and you still are thinking about the work. Because the moment you look at the laptop, you say, oh, there was a mail that I had to reply back. Oh, there was an issue that I had to resolve. Oh, there was a pointer that was raised and I have to complete it. Now tell me, can you sleep in such environment? And as Haribhai reminded me today, if something is not working in your life, how many of you have planted trees in your life? Plants, trees. Planted, right? Okay, good. So let's say, Revati ji, if you have planted a small little plant and it is not growing, what do you do?
I look at it. There are few in my house which are not growing. So I keep looking at them and saying, what's happening?
Grow. I think Prabhuji, my mother must have been looking at me. Why your height is so much? You should grow.
I actually tell them, it's not flowering. What's happened? Am I not doing it correctly? I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to them.
Very good. So Revati ji and all the other people, those who have planted a plant ever in your life, if the tree is not growing, if the plant is not growing, do you just pull that plant out and throw it off, or you change something else? What do you do?
soil or something.
You change the soil, you water it, you see whether it is getting correct sunlight or not.
Put some nutrients also if possible.
Put some nutrients. That means you are not changing that person, you are changing the environment. And when you change the environment, the person also changes. So if it is working for the plants, won't it work for us? If I am already always exposed to caustic negative energy always, how will I become? I'll also become like that. So just like that, you don't blame the plant for not growing, you change the environment. At times we also remember that we should not blame our kids, we should change the environment. We should not blame ourselves, we should change the environment. Basic idea. Now, it was one thing was about the food and the sleeping patterns. Fix up a timing for you. I know it is very difficult, especially while into greater positions where your requirement is that 24/7. But still, try to fix up a time when you go to sleep and when you wake up. That will change so many things about you. Second, the food habits. The lesser, the better in the night. Third, no office work in that bedroom. Fourth, how many of you really have a cozy bed? You have invested heavily on that. No, people say, "Na, why are we earning if we cannot sleep on a nice warm bed?" My dear friends, your warm, nice bed is not allowing you to wake up. Do you think really the monks could not afford to get a nice bed? But they don't. Because when it is too cozy, you become too lazy. I don't say throw it away. I say don't make it too cozy. Whichever is required, keep that. No too much of lighting in that room. So it is all about the physical changes that you can do. What about the mental ones? Meditate. At least for 5 minutes. At least for 5 minutes, just sit down. Even if meditation is not happening, close your eyes, sit down. Remember the bamboo story? Yeah, Revati ji.
I on the group had asked for that, which I saw some years back. You had put that meditation technique, and Haryana had very kindly sent it to me, and I started practicing that. You're talking of meditation, so sorry I interrupted, but it's that looking at that dot, and then it takes time, right? It doesn't happen on. It will take me time, right? Some time, no?
Yes, it will.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, I tried. I thought 1-2 days mein ho jayega, but it's not happening. I mean, I think I'm still quite.
How long, Revati ji, it took you to become you, what you are today?
62 years. So
Give it some time at least.
yeah. I mean, so I'm trying. I'm not trying is wrong word. I'm going to do it. Yeah. But yeah, it's a great technique that you've mentioned in that.
Surely, Revati ji, like, because have you gone through those 9 days meditation?
No.
So once you go through that, it will be a different story for you.
I joined in. I'm part of this group from Navratri, no?
Yeah, because for the past 8-9 months, except the UK 9-day meditation session, I have not taken any 9-day meditation session yet. But now, as people are requesting, we will do one for the Indian and the US people soon.
And Guruji, one more thing: this when I'm doing this Brahma Muhurta, I'm getting up every day. So all my meditation happens at that time. Once in a way, when I don't get up, I can do it another time. No, after I get up.
Meditation is something that can be done anytime in the day.
So what about the chanting and all that?
Chanting is something, there are specific timings. Can you go to the bank anytime?
So I missed today. Now what to do?
Your loss.
Yeah, it is my loss. How can I make up?
So message me which chant you were talking about, then I can guide you.
Okay.
Okay. Because if I don't keep any rules, then people will just chalta hai.
I do all the Chaitraka I'm doing, no? Pranatham, that one I'm doing in the early morning.
Okay, so you just message me, I will tell you how to get rid of that part or how to deal with it for today.
Okay.
Okay, right. So now we are coming back to the mental part, and I am saying to meditate. But sitting down and meditating is not that easy for all of us. But when it is not easy, certain techniques have been given. And to the most, I'm going to give one specific thing that you can do when you are sitting to meditate and you are not able to do that. Anybody facing problem meditating? Revati ji is all bright. Santosh ji is also. So I have at least two people in the room whom, acha, Ujjwala ji is also there. Okay, good. So when you are sitting to meditate and you are not able to meditate, don't meditate. See, nobody will speak this. They will say, no, you should close your eyes, sit there. Don't struggle with that. Why can I say that? I can say that because I know you will automatically return back to the meditation. How? How many of you have been into a certain time of or on a certain day, you don't feel sleepy in the night and you're just trying to sleep, but you're not able to sleep? Anybody? Sleepless nights? Okay. And if you struggle, you will find you will not be able to sleep at all. Until you relax, you cannot sleep, right? Similarly, the same case with meditation. If you struggle with it, you cannot meditate. If you struggle, you cannot go to sleep. And what do? You might have also noticed the night that you are not able to sleep, rotating around here and there, but towards the early morning hours, you just fall asleep without your knowledge. Happened? So similarly, Santosh ji, maybe wahi kehta hu. I am also speaking the same thing, that if you are not able to sleep now, if you are not able to meditate now, don't meditate. Allow that to come to you naturally. So shall I leave what I am doing? No, that is not the right way. If you leave it, your mind will take over and your mind will not allow you to sit there again. Then what should I do? When I said don't meditate, you have one exercise to do there. Sit down with a question in your mind. What should be the question? The question should not be how I am going to provide a solution to the client, how I am going to solve this issue, no, or how I am going to create this, no. In that moment, just sit quietly and question yourself. Why should I meditate? Because no one can convince you to meditate until the answer appears within. There are millions of things that have been written about meditation, but we don't do it because those answers are not ours. Those answers are somebody else's. So what should you do? You should find an answer within yourself. Then what are we going to ask? First of all, why should I meditate? Tell me, Santosh ji, why you should meditate? Not the pointers that are written on the internet. Tell me one genuine thing, why you want to meditate, or why you think like, even if I'm sitting to meditate, I'm not able to meditate, but I want to do that. It is very clear, Santosh ji. If it is not that you want to meditate, or you didn't wanted that happiness, or you didn't wanted to have that calmness within you, you should not be waking up early in the morning and sitting here and listening to all this. It was not necessary, right? So that means you are putting your effort from your side. And what we will do is we will try a way how to help you so that you get your answers in that. So Santoshji, I am unmuting you. So please unmute and tell me why you want to meditate.
To get relaxed.
To get relaxed. Okay, done. But there are other ways also that you can implement to get relaxed, like listening to a soothing music, just lying down in a dim light, or walking in the nature and coming back and sleeping. These things also calm down, right? One specific thing that you can do. Do you have a garden around your place where you stay? Yes. So do one thing. If you have green grass around there, is it available?
Yes.
Yes. So do one thing before meditating. What is the time that you are looking forward to meditate? What is a convenient time for you to meditate?
In the night.
In the night. No issues.
Yeah.
I don't deny that it should not be. Because at times some people think like, oh, meditation means only should be done in the morning. And in that struggle, they struggle to meditate itself. No, meditation doesn't have a specific time. So if you are comfortable in the night, you say in the night because you know that you have done through the day's work and now you can sit down quietly, right?
Yes.
So in order to help that, to stimulate that kind of calmness within you, you can do one thing. Go to the nearby garden that you have where there is grass, right?
Yes.
And you people are in a cold country. So even it will work much better for you. Remove your shoes or sandals, whatever you're wearing, and walk on the grass, on the ground for some time. You just walk for it like say 5-10 minutes. You try it today. Then you come back to your home and just sit quietly and you see what happens to you. Because there are certain earth stimulations, natural stimulants that we don't even know. And if we just employ these small little things, it can have a calming effect on all of us. You can use a particular kind of smell that you like. Light that up in your room. Because we all have a variety of scents that we like. You might be liking something, I might be liking something else. But it should be a mild one. Put it. Go into a nature walk, come back, put on a soothing smell, and even if you want, a soothing music to your ears. Meditation need not be just transcendental where you forget everything. Meditation can just be a simple silent sitting process where you calm your nerves down. And slowly, slowly, slowly. Remember, Santoshji, Kirti was tapping Kian. That is the tapping method to get into meditation. Ki once it becomes comfortable, and yes, obviously fix a place where you sit. Don't sit here today and tomorrow there. It will not have that kind of connection. Because your mind will get attuned to that. If I am sitting here means it is a time to relax. So similarly, one more thing that you can do before meditation, if you are a sports person, go play some sports and come back that you like. You see, throughout the day you work and you get exhausted. But if you are a sports person, after coming back from your office, if you go to play a game, how would it be? You see, you are actually playing, but you are rejuvenating yourself. While in the office work, you are exhausting yourself, here you are rejuvenating yourself. Really do all these things. Before meditation, do all these things because your body will be ready to accept what you are training it. So start with the basic steps again. And once you find yourself comfortable, you are now able to at least sit down for 5 minutes without thinking why I'm not going into meditation. You just sit quietly. No, today I'm just sitting here, not to meditate. I'm just sitting here because I just want to enjoy that happiness, that peace that is running within myself. And the day we find that peace and happiness within ourselves, you will find meditating very easy. Until then, it is always a struggle. So you just sit. And once you have reached to that 5 minutes threshold, soon enough, Santoshji, even without your knowledge, you will not know when you go into deep meditations. Because what I said, meditation is not done. Meditation happens. So before it happens, what we have to do? We have to keep on training it to a certain level. But after that, even without your knowledge, you just sit and you just go into that space. Shall we try now? Shall we see if we can meditate or not? Well, a very technique that I will give you, Santoshji, and all the other people here right now. A very simple technique. It is called the light bulb technique. What is the technique name? Light bulb technique. Very easy. What is the light bulb technique? Light bulb technique is exactly like when, let's say, you are going out of the house. And it is evening time and all the lights are on in your house. What do you do before going out of the house? Do you leave all the lights on? All the electrical instruments on? No, right? So what do? You switch them off one by one, right? And some people are very intelligent. They just switch out the main switch, like in hotels. But that is not required for you, because we are starting the process one by one, step by step. We will close this up. Because our body is also wired with blood vessels. Yes or no? So now we will do the same technique as if you are about to leave the house, and before that you are switching off all the lights. Interested? Shall I teach you that? It will just take 5-10 minutes, but you see what happens to you. You will be so happy about it. If everybody is ready, say yes, so that I know. But Rishi bhai, are you sitting, right? आप बैठे हुए हो ना, खड़े हो? Nobody should be standing while doing this process. You can lie down on your cozy bed if you want. And that would be a great meditation, you see. Sitting, all sitting is good then. Now this, as it is not a meditation, it's a relaxing process. You just relax. No close hands, no tight holding yourself tightly. Just relax as much as you possible. After all, it is your own house. आप अपने घर में ही हो, so just relax. Kirti, that much you can, or you have some switches under your office chair and it takes you into a 360-degree posture. So whatever it is, find the most comfortable place you can, right? So good. But don't do that, because I can see you are leaning your head up. That means you are not comfortable going back. So you just sit there comfortably, okay? Now, as I said, like we have to switch off the lights one by one. You just sit, close your eyes and relax. And listen to how I am guiding. And you can do it on your own self after going through it at least once. Just for once and it is done. Next time you can do it on your own. Even you can teach the same thing to your kids if you find them worried. If you find them, they are constantly having a lot of thoughts. They are thinking about their exams and all those things. You can help them with this also. This is why find a place. So now all of us relax. Let us start with the imaginative process. An imaginative process as if the entire body of yours is lighted up. Just like your house, it is all lighted up within. There are bulbs lighted up from the tip of your toes to the top of your head. It's like a highway. Everything is light and brightened. So just imagine that. And these are not just simple lights, these are kind of floodlights. It looks as if day within. Just relax. Watch the lights. Focus on the tip of your toe of the right leg. See the light. Focus on your left shoulder. See a light or imagine a light there. Focus on your heart. Might be a red light. Focus on your left toe. A light is there. So your entire body is filled with that light. And whichever kind of bulb that you want to imagine, it is all yours. Now slowly what we will do is, we will switch off the lights one by one, starting from the tip of the toe. Focus on the fingers of your legs, of both the legs. And as I say 1, 2, 3 off, you switch that light off and that part will be dark. Only your leg fingers. 1, 2, 3 off. Now focus on the base of your leg, base of your feet. Focus on the light. 1, 2, 3 off. Switch it off. Now focus on your ankle. 1, 2, 3 off. Now both your legs, your feet, or both the legs are dark. Let us switch off the other lights in the legs. Slowly, I'm just counting 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 and slowly, 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 one by one, you just shut down the lights of your leg. 1, 2, 3 off. The light of the shin, the light of the calf. Focus on your knees. 1, 2, 3 off. Now go into your thighs. 1, 2, 3 off. It's just like you are switching off one by one light within the house. Focus on your groin and hip. 1, 2, 3 off. And you might have observed, since the time you started the process, and as we are going on switching off these lights, the lower body of yours is becoming much more comfortable and relaxed. And you can clearly differentiate, demarcate. The lower body is much more relaxed compared to the upper body. It is relevant. Now let us focus on our belly and the back. Bigger lights. 1, 2, 3 off. Now go up towards your chest. The brightest red light burning out there as your heart. 1, 2, 3, off. Now focus near your shoulders. 2 big lights. 1, 2, 3, off. Both the hands. 1, 2, 3, off. Drop your shoulders. Relax. Focus on your neck and the throat. 1, 2, 3, off. Now you can exactly see the difference between the body below your neck and your face and head. The body below your neck is absolutely calm and relaxed. Now let us focus on the face. One, two, three, off. If still some light is left in the face, again, 1, 2, 3, off. Focus on your forehead. 1, 2, 3, off. Now the back of your head. 1, 2, 3, off. Now the top of your head. 1, 2, 3, off. Now you are out of the house. And now look at your body as if it is completely switched off all the lights and it is lying down comfortably. Absolutely relaxed. Just sit in this place. If still in any part of your body there is some stress, look at it as a light bulb and 1, 2, 3, switch it off. And completely relaxed into the place where you are sitting or lying down. Just let yourself go. The breath has become slow automatically. The body is relaxed and each and every cell of the body is getting rejuvenated. Just relax more and more into the same space. Relax, relax, relax. We are completely still at the level of the mind and the body. Your breath is balanced. So is your response towards any thought. It is just relaxing. So now we will come back. Take a deep breath, slowly inhale as if you are filling your body with a lot of good energy within you. Fill it up with nice, good energy. And very slowly exhale it through your mouth. Again, a deep inhalation. And exhalation slowly through the mouth. One more final time. Breathe in. And exhale slowly out. Now take your own time to open your eyes. And now you can check your body. Now you can check your mind. So Santoshji, can you do this by your own? It is a self-instructed meditation, which can be easily done. Initially, you might have to think of from the toes to slowly to all the other parts of the body. You have to look into that. But after you do it for certain days, the moment you close your eyes and think of switching off the light, all the bulbs will go out at the same time and you will just sit there meditating. So can you practice it and let me know whether it worked or not? Because it has worked on more than, I don't know how many thousands of people I've already experimented with. But these are the very easy ways of doing it, where we don't fight. We utilize the same thing that is stopping us to allow us. So just see. So apart from that, practice all these things and your meditative practices. Now I would like to give you a particular number. How we talked about the number 708. Santoshji, how we? So are you using that? Good. Don't give it up. Because even without your knowledge, it will bring in things. For me, it always surprises. Yes, Rishivai, for money. So if those things have been discussed already, okay. So there are certain mixed responses that is coming. So let us give this. It will just take 5 minutes. Is it okay? So all the people, those you know, it might just be a reminder to you. So it's a very simple number process that whenever you are giving or taking money, it can be even a digital transfer, it can be a currency transfer, it can be a credit card swiping, whatever you are doing. So whenever you are giving a money, you have to remember this number 708 within yourself. You don't have to shout it out. You just remember within yourself. 708, 708, 2 times. While giving 708, 708, whatever is going is returning back to me in multifolds. Multifold, why I say multifold? Because some people want it in the same, what has gone, it should come back. For some people, they want it in 1,000 times. So it's all yours. I am not there standing by your side to gauge whether you have become greedy with that. No, it doesn't matter. It's just a technique and you can use it whichever way you want. So 708, 708, whatever I have gone, let this money do the best for the person whom I am giving and return back to me in the best possible way in multifolds. So especially when you give it out with that kind of intention, you are trying to do good to the other person, and what will return back to you will also come in the good way. And it is not like if I give this 10 rupees leke ja. No, you should bless that money which is going from you, because what you bless comes back to you. Whenever you are having cash in your hands, hold it, look at it carefully. Bless it. That this money that has arrived to me is a blessing from the divine, and now I bless it, that wherever this money goes, it creates magic for the people's life as well. See, the more and the more you become a giver, the more and the more you get. Even in the commandments of the in Bible, it is written, the one who has will be given, the one who hasn't will be taken away. But people think, how is it? It is cruelty. No, it is not cruelty. You have not understood what it is saying. It is said the one who has gratitude towards that, he will be given. And the one who doesn't have the gratitude towards it, doesn't understand its value, will be taken away. Second thing, especially all the people of us here our roots are in India anyways. That's why we do the puja as a Lakshmi. To the same currency, we do a puja as Lakshmi. What's the reason behind that? That means, in a way, you are blessing that money in the form of the energy, in the form of Lakshmi. Why do we do that? So that when we are blessing that, it comes in multifolds to us. Then what is this 708? 708 is the unlocking number. which will unlock certain pathways through which the money that is going out will return back to you. What about when somebody is giving you money? Even it might be your salary getting credited into your account. Even it might be a billing that has reached you back. So whenever that message is flashing in front of you, for a moment, 708, 708, keep on coming. Now just think of, by thinking it, you are creating a happiness within yourself or not. Because in Bhagavad Gita, Prabhuji, what has Krishna said? Krishna said, karma kar, karma ki phal ki upeksha mat kar. Apeksha mat kar, not upeksha. Apeksha mat kar. Do your karma, but don't wait for the fruits. But we have added one more sentence to that. Karma kar, phal ki chinta mat kar, phal paane ki tayyari kar. That means, do your work, don't wait for the fruit. Tell to the Lord that I'm ready for the fruit now. So whenever something is coming to you, you say, thank you, keep on coming. And from where all this money should come? From known and unknown sources. But obviously you can put a word to that, all legal. Or else tomorrow Rishi Bhai goes and checks his bank account and somebody has poured some crores into that and he doesn't know, is it a white money or something else? Because at that time that money will become a trouble for us. So that's why when we bless the good things return back to us. If, Kirti, like everybody says, no, if you do wrong things, Hindi में कहावत है ना, पाप का घड़ा भर जाता है. Means if you are continuing to do the bad things, at a day that pot will be filled and you will have to reap the fruit. So I understand one thing, Kirti, if the wrongdoing pot is filled, the right doing pot will also fill. अगर बुराई का घड़ा भरता है तो अच्छाई का भी घड़ा भरेगा. All that I'm doing is, Revati ji, I'm coming back. So all that I'm doing is I'm filling it up with goodness, happiness, and blessings in my life. When you fill your life with goodness, happiness, and blessings, what do you expect in coming back? It is absolutely a mechanical way of looking at it. What is a mechanical way? Input versus output. What I give as an input, I can expect the result as an output. All these years, I have been thinking about my scarcity. All these years, I have been thinking like it is not enough. I should have more. Nothing wrong in that. It is not what you are asking. It is how you are asking. How many of you have remember your childhood days when you have to go to your father and ask for some money? For me, it was a very tough task. So I had a via media called as mother. Right. So it is not about how you are asking. And when you go to your mother, how do you put some little butter out there, right? And moms slip very easily. Fathers are a tough nut to crack. But mothers are very easy to slip. So where do you run, Kirti? Run to mother. And what do you say? Meri maa, meri pyari maa. Can I share a small little thing that can brighten up your day? My personal thing, which is happening right now in my house. You all know Iman, right? 8 years. Whenever her mother is angry, you know what he says? I'll tell you in Hindi first, so it will make a sense to that. He has developed a particular dialogue. वो कहता है, कितनी सुंदर मेरी माँ, गुस्सा करते भी कितना सुंदर लगती है. How beautiful my mother. Even when she's angry, she's looking good. Now just think of that small little fellow. He has created his own way how to safeguard himself from the anger. और हमेशा एक ही चीज क्या कहती है, कितनी सुंदर मेरी माँ. And if ever possible, I will record that and send it to you. He has a very typical way of speaking. कभी कभी वो सुन के मैं हंस देता हूं. So he utilizes that. So what are these things? When by looking, by listening to these simple things, you are smiling. That means these are the good things. If I was saying something wrong, you cannot smile. You will feel irritated within yourself. But this small little thing, how did you felt? It is living simply in a very simple way. If I go, let's say, Prabhuji, I'm traveling to your house, and let's say your wife cooked a good meal, and I just simply said that the meal is really good. I liked it very much. If I travel again to your house, will she not take extra care to make sure it is much better this time also? If I go to your house and I go to Rishivai's house and I say, Rishivai, beautifully, you have decorated it well. You know what I have done? I have not taken anything from you. Neither I have given anything you. But the next time when you go, you will decorate it much better. And by giving, none of us becomes poor. By taking, we become poor. दे के कोई गरीब नहीं हुआ है, लेके जरूर गरीब हुआ है. So let us harvest, let us harness that energy of a giver. Let us harness that happiness within ourselves, because all that is reflecting outside is me. If the scarcity is there in my bank balance, I should check, is there a scarcity within me now? If things are not working outside, I should check, is there something that needs to be fixed within? And my dear friends, you will always find it is easier to fix things within than fixing things outside. Bring that abundance within yourself and you see if your abundance levels don't change outside. Bring that happiness within you, and if you will not find more happy faces on the streets, then come back to me and tell me. People ask me, Ujjwala ji, ki how can you become so energetic? Why do you smile always like this? Kirti has met me. All the people in India, those who have met me, they know. Rishivai, have you ever seen me in a dull mood? No. Because I don't want to create a dull world around myself. And I know that what I create within happens around me. And I always want to be enthusiastic. So that's what whatever I go, wherever I go, I just pass on the same thing. What it is said, Kirti, again in Bible, there is said, don't do anything to others that you don't want others to do to you. I have changed it a little bit. I said, do all the things to others that you want others to do to you. You want appreciation? Appreciate others. You want to be happy? Give happiness to others. You want to be loved? Love others. And you will see how beautifully you create. Because you will find the day you are angry, you will find all the angry people around. The day you are happy, you will find all the happy people around. Getting angry or happiness might be a trigger from outside, but getting angry or happy is your choice. So do you want to live with the power with your own hand, or you should give it away to everyone and everybody switches its button and you dance? Don't give your remotes away. Because you are the master of this house, and if you keep this house happy, if you keep this house, because what is happening, Prabhuji, when we are seeing people, they are trying to give something that they don't have. मैं ही खुश नहीं हूं, मैं किसी को खुशी देने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं. I am not happy within and I am trying to give happiness to someone. Is it possible? हो सकता है क्या, रेवती जी? Can I give the money that I don't have in my pocket? Exactly just like that. If I am not content within myself, I cannot give contentment, not to even my people living around me. But if I am content, I can give that to my family. If I am happy within, I can give that to my family. And that's how, what did I said? You should not be changing the plant. You should change the environment. What is the environment? The environment is all within you. Absolutely, Risivai. Lemon juice, orange juice, whatever it is. It only brings out whenever it is under pressure, it will only bring out what is within it. So fill yourself with so much of abundance, fill yourself with so much of positivity, fill yourself with so much of love that people, when they cross your path, they just fall in love with you. Santoshji, don't worry, we will manage that. If too many people fall in love with you, we'll manage that. Falling in love, it doesn't mean that everybody will just hang around you like. No, falling in love is something like you become so vulnerable into that space that when they come into your zone, they should feel that shock from you that, wow, what's the energy is this? You should become a walking, talking, eating, sleeping, dancing temple. And today morning, if you might have missed it, please go and see today's session. It is available on YouTube. Take your time, go through that. It was about Hanuman, but you will get so many answers for you. If possible, just go and check that. Kirti, 3 days ago, I was with Haribhai and even I shared it today in the morning. He always asks me, where do you find all these things? From where do you get all these stories? From where do you get these energies? From where do you get all these kind of thoughts? Then I said one thing in Hindi. Again, I will tell in Hindi first, then I will go back to English. Kirti, मैंने कहा कि आपके अंदर क्या चलता है? What is running within you? आपके अंदर सांसें चलती है, right? The breath is going and coming and going and coming. मैंने कहा आपके अंदर सांसें चलती है, मेरे अंदर वो चलता है. In you, the breath is going and coming out. Within me, it is walking, the divinity. आपके अंदर सांसें चलती है, मेरे अंदर वो चलता है, इतना ही फर्क है. जिस दिन आप भी उसे चलाने का मौका दो. The day you give it a chance that let the divine take over this, people will find a solace by sitting by your side. And trust me, I'm not going to leave you until you become that. I don't know how many Sundays I have to spend with you. I don't care. Because it's just like that example that I took today, Prabhuji. Is it really that I only want to give, that's why I do that? Let me tell you a secret. I cannot hide anything from you. Let me tell you why I do it. How many of you have traveled in a ship or a plane or a bus? You all do, right? There is a person named as a driver, a pilot, a captain, right? If, let's say, you are traveling in a bus or in a flight or in any vehicle that you're traveling, if you are a passenger in that, will you only reach the destination or the driver will also reach the destination? You would say the driver will reach first because he's sitting at the front. So similarly, even if I am trying to take you to that place, I will also reach along with you. And that's why I say, let's walk together. Your work is to sit there in that space. And we all will reach the same destination. So I believe we will continue like this, slowly, as we are dealing a lot many things right now. These are the things I believe is required for now. When it will be required for in-depth only and only related to spirituality, we will only speak spirituality. But Santoshji, it takes time to build the base. The most expenses go into creating the base itself, yes or no? Because if the base is not strong, what happens? It becomes a shaky thing. And one day, one thunderstorm comes and it falls. So let us not do that. Let us spend some time. Let us take this time to create that base so that nothing can shake up. We will be standing tall, standing strong together. So with this, I would like to give a break to my words. Thank you for listening to my talks, for your time. And surely, if you really want to discover something very typical about Hanuman, go listen to the stories of the morning today. You will love it. And it was a complete amazing journey today, Kirti. People laughed, people realized, people cried. Because in that realization, they not only realized the power of Hanuman, they realized something about their own selves. And I have spoken both in Hindi and English in that, so it is not going to be a trouble to anyone. So if you get a time, really go ahead, listen to that. Yeah, Revati ji. Ujjwala ji, I'm coming to you next. Yeah.
You said about that 708, when receiving also you have to say it.
Why not? I say, do you only open the door when you go out of the house? Or you also open the door when you go inside as well? So that 708 is a unlocking code. That unlocking code should be a reminder to you, a blessing. And yes, anything that comes, bless it.
And I will reserve my question for Wednesday.
Oh, amazing. I would love to take that on Wednesday, because there should be some questions for Wednesday as well. Thank you so much. Ujjwala ji.
Hello, good
First of
morning,
all,
Manash ji.
sorry, because I have not kept my word. I have not talked to you. My
No,
traveling schedule was so hectic.
No, it's okay. Are you okay to do like after the
Yes,
session, or?
because Kirti
Yeah.
has blocked the first time, and after that I will
Okay,
message you and then I will talk to you.
perfect. That'll be good. That's what I want to ask you. That's it. I know.
Thank you for that first.
No, it was a good session. I think probably next week we'll discuss. I don't know. It's just been there for me. Like, I think we'll talk about it, about dilemma in kind of taking a decision as well. Like when you have to. Yeah, shall we do
Absolutely.
that?
You see, if any particular thing, Ujjwala ji, that you want to deal with, any particular thing that we should be working on together, right?
Yeah.
You just keep one sentence in that group, because it is just
Okay,
a
fine.
closed group, like those 4, 5, 7, 8 people are there. So just
Yeah.
put that message in that. So what we will do is we will take it one by one, so that
Perfect.
all the issues that we are facing, let us come out of that first. Because I understand one thing, Ujjwala ji, if I'm not able to handle my worldly things, I cannot go into the realm of spirituality.
Yeah, I think what we will do is in UK one. I think Kirti also will agree. Like in Aham Brahmasmi, shall we just write a small one, whatever anybody wants to, and then we can go ahead with that. I think. Isn't
Sure.
it? Yeah.
Sure, we will.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
So just
I'll wait for your call.
I welcome everyone to put just statement if you really want to.
Yeah, everyone. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, everyone. Like whoever wishes, whatever, and then probably it will be the same questions anyway for you. I think you can just
Sure.
amalgamate, and then you'll come up with one. I know. So yeah, we'll do that one definitely.
Okay.
Yeah,
So that
and
is
I'll
good.
wait for your call as well. Yeah.
So surely, Ujjwala ji, so I'll just be on the lookout for my message on your phone.
Perfect. I will do
Yeah.
that. Not a problem.
Okay, because
Yes.
Kirti has blocked early.
No, it's fine. No worries. I'm free.
But I am like looking at Kirti, I see the t-shirt, it is so nice. I say, like, why are we not getting it here?
You can ask him. He'll definitely post it for you. I don't think so. It's a problem,
Kirti,
isn't it?
can you
Kirti?
stand up? Can I see that? Because once I saw that image, like,
There you go.
oh wow,
Oh,
oh, it's
wow.
amazing. Thank you.
I bought this from India, Manash, right?
So you should give us the address then.
I usually find these sort of printed t-shirts in the airport.
Oh,
I think it's a brand called Sanskriti or something.
okay.
I'll message you. Yeah.
So I will check that out then. But it's a nice one. So thank you.
Thanks, Manash.
So
Thank you.
thank you everyone. So we are just a handful of people in the room. So thanks to Revati ji, Santosh ji, Rishi bhai, Kirti, obviously, Prabhu ji, Khushi, Ujjwala ji, Hari bhai, Aliva ji, and P. I might spell it wrong, so I'm not reading it. Rajesh ji, Amar ji, Shanti Rekha ji, Sudha ji. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for listening to me. And surely wishing you the very best in your life. May that abundance, happiness, and stillness, stability, everything be blessed on you. And as I said, like, I did what I could do in the Navaratras, but it was absolutely phenomenal. So thank you all. On my calling, you sent all the details and it was helpful for me. Although it took a long time for me. Every single day, Kirti, I was sitting for Ahutis itself for 5 to 6 hours. Because when I asked for the names, I got 382 names. And for 382 names, I have to do 3 kind of Ahutis. And apart from that, the other mantras that we have to recite. So it went on really good. But may that whatever I did, whatever I could do for you, that fruit reach you. Mera kaam ho chuka hai. I don't need anything else. May that fruit reach you all, to you, to your family, and may you all be blessed from the Divine Mother. Thank you so much. Until we meet again, rise and shine and continue to be divine. And keep shining like this, smiling like this, and just go and spread it out.